Hello everyone, welcome to Pandas course. So today's session will be moving towards to the world of your panel where we'll be learning towards the thing of 3D way. So basically a panel is a 3D container of data. You can call this is a 3D container of data. The term panel data is derived from the econometrics and hence the name pandas is panel. See how it will be driven, that is your panda, right? So it will be taken, it's this is particular thing as a panel and it is taken from the things where it is te, this one particular thing TES. So the first one, it is taken from the econometrics where we are having the 3 axis measurely, where we are using the 3 axis and that is intended to give some semantic meaning of describing operation involving the panel data. The 3 axis are nothing but your items, that will be your axis 0, then comes to your major axis or we call it xs1, and then we are having a minor axis we call as xs2. So it is very important container for three-dimensional data in a pandas. In panel shape can be used to get a tuple of x's dimensionally. X's dimensionally it is nothing 0, 1, 2. You can observe here there is a diagram here particularly, and this is diagram is based on your 3D where we are having a x, you are having a x, y as well as your z axis. So this is one axis, y axis and z axis. And this 3 is nothing but your first axis of 0, axis of 1, axis of 2. So this is how the so basically, Pandas panels has some parameters. Before that, moving to parameters, we should know how to create a Pandas panel. So how to you will create, this is how the creation syntax is used for the pandas. We are moving to the first thing, the pandas dot panel. So whenever you want to use it, you have to go with this pandas dot panel, and then inside that you have to have a parameter that is your data, then your items, then your measure access, and continue with our minor access, comma d type and your copy. So basically this is what the things are there in our pandas parameter. The first one, that is your data. So basically data takes a various forms like your ND array. You can continue with your ND array, n dimensional array. You can go with your series, you can go with your list. It's depend upon you. You can go with your DICT, a dictionary, and constant as well you can go with, and any another data frame also. The data frames we already learned in the previous session how we are using a series and data frame. You can use that particular data frames also to create the data. Now move to the item, the next one. Basically this is item for the first axis. Whenever you use this, this is denoted equals to axis equals to 0. Now the next one is your measure axis. It will be giving the denotation of your axis 1. And the same way minor axis nothing but your axis 2. So this 3 basically this is for your 3 axis because we are using 3 dimensional. So we are having x, y and z. So for x, y and z we use item, and then we use measure axis, and then we use a minor. Now comes to the copy. This is nothing but it's that copy the data or default it's for. So suppose you are want to copy some data, you are using this, and if you won't use default, it will be always false. Or when you want to use it, you have to go with the true. So it will be taking the boolean types. The last but not the least, that is your D type. This is nothing but your data type for each column. So data type for your each column. So when you want to use the data type for each column, so we are using this particular things to work on that. So this is what basically the panel are working in a pandas, how the panel moving towards, how the panel use it. So this is how the basically the panel work for. So in this is three things are important, always remember, that is the excess, what is the excess values you wanted. If you want x axis, go with items. If you want excess 1, go with the major excess. If you want excess 2, go with the minor excess. And for that, the main thing we have to import, right? So importing part, whenever you do, just go with pandas as well as go with numpy, because as you see that here we already use series, list, dictionary, constant, data frame. You can use tuple as well. So whenever we are using this type of combination, we need a numpy to create it. So this is what. So suppose you want to create a panel with this particular parameters, take as example how you have to create it. The first thing is important, you have to import it. So import your numpy as np, and then you have to import it as well your pandas also, to import pandas as pd. So this will be the common thing whenever you used it. After this two thing, you have to go with some data or anything that is depend upon you. Why I use a numpy, you can observe here I can use np dot random values. So you can go with a random dot rand ran 2 comma 4 comma 4. That is your 2 cross 4 matrix. You can go with a 3 cross 4 matrix as well. Now the main thing, how you have to use the panel. So it's nothing but pd dot panel, that is p capital panel, panel of whatever the data you created. You passed it, now you can print that particular p. So this is the one how you are doing to creation of the things of your panel. So this is the main part, this is the way where you are creating. So this is your creating a panel. Yeah. So now I hope you're clear with the theoretical aspect of your panel and you are clear with that. So the next session will be learning how practically you are directly working with panel with some real data as well. So you will be creating the panel with some normal data as well as to accessing the panel with the real-time data for the next session.